Good evening and welcome to VI Live. This is where you get a chance to meet me, Mark. I am the designer for Visible Image and all things visible. How is everybody tonight? Can you hear me? If so, please do say hello. I'll give it a few minutes for everybody to appear. Whilst you're doing that, I'll just do a little bit of prepping. How is everybody? Oh, we have some more cards. First to arrive. Nice one. Of course, if you haven't brought me an apple, then, well, not teacher's pet then. We have Hazel here as well. Good evening, Hazel. Yeah, nice to see everyone here tonight. Excuse me, I'm just taking some water. We have Lorraine. Hi, Lorraine. I love your crafty name, crafty as L. Like that. We have Ellie here as well. So yeah, it's great to see everybody here. What's happened to the weather, eh? It's certainly gotten colder. I was freezing earlier on. We've had sunshine. We've had rain. But even with the sunshine and the rain, it's been very, very cold. So I don't know about everybody else. No apples. Oh, well, there we go. Right. So tonight, obviously, with the change of the weather, it's honestly 1 minute we had summer, and the next minute it's like cold, really, really cold. I'm tempted to put the heating on in the house, but I haven't yet. I've resisted just for a few minutes, or a few days possibly, but I'm not sure how long I can go without putting the heating on. I don't know about everybody else. What has everybody else been up to today? Anything exciting? Oh, Maxine's here as well, so hi Maxine. Today I've been doing some designing and some prepping for, I do have some shows on TV next week. So on Monday the 16th I have a few shows, so I hope you can join me for that. But tonight it's all about having a bit of fun, bit of creating, bit of chat, nothing too serious. And Tom's here as well. Hey, Tom. Sorry, I know Tom. I know you've messaged me, and I've been meaning to reply, but I haven't. I do apologise. I will. Yes. So, hi, Tom. I know you did you do a live earlier, Tom? Tom does lives as well. So I know I saw it pop up. So I don't know whether I've missed it or you've just finished. But nice of you to join me as well. So thank you, and I will reply to your message. Give me a chance. Tom just said he's just finished his live now. Well, there we go. Well done, Tom. I hope you had a good live. What did you do? Anything exciting? I will probably have a look at it later on after this live. So, yeah. Tony's... We've got somebody called Tony's Witchy Arts and Crafts. Hi, Tony. I don't recognise the name, but nice to see that you're here. Oh, a journal page, eh, Tom? Do you know what? I need to go back to doing journal pages. Yeah. I must try one again. I don't think I've done a journal page for a long time, actually. Yeah. What did you do? Was it something kind of like vintagey or a bit funky? Oh, Maxine's got a hot water bottle. Oh, happy birthday to you, Maxine, as well. I hope your headache does disappear too. Headaches aren't good. I always get migraines, so I don't know whether it's because of my eyes or I do too much computer screen work or a combination of everything or just being a sicko. Tom's been using my stamps today. Oh, well done. I say my stamps, visible image stamps. So, yeah, well done. 50 cards. You made 50 cards. Or making. I'm surprised I can make 5 in a day. But I suppose if you're batch making them, you could probably make them a little bit quicker. And he's been making abstract journal page. Nice one. Do you know what? Journal page. Yeah, I don't know what I've done in terms of journaling. Don't know whether you've still got something here or not. Let me have a look. dust off the book. I don't know whether is this my one? It's my book. Oh yes. See, I bought this book about, oh crikey, it must be about I'm probably saying for about five years ago, maybe 5 or 6 years ago, and I've actually only done one page in this book. Do you want to have a look? Oh, Tom's making cards for charity. Well done, Tom. Amazing job. So yeah, congratulations for that. I cracking job you do as well. Right. So I've done one. I've only managed ever to do one page in my kind of in this book. What do you call these books? Do you call these journaling books or yeah? So anyway, the only thing I ever did was about 6 years ago, and it's pretty old. It's pretty old. Do you want to see? So forgive me. I will show you. I will show you the kind of. That's what I did. I don't know whether you can see that on camera or not. There we go. Let's have a look on there. There we go. Yeah, that's about as far as I got. So yeah, very kind of early on in my kind of like, yeah. I will come back to it and maybe do something more now. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know if I go overhead, you might be able to see it a little bit better. Let's have a look overhead, shall we? What's it like over there? We go. Oh, there we go. So overhead, you can see just what I did or didn't do. There's obviously things I did wrong with it, and I don't know. I didn't put any words in it for a start, so that's probably a fail on my part. But yeah, nothing. I used some bottled tops there. I did use a texture stamp. This is a stamp, and then the rain. Not probably how I wanted to do it in the end, but it kind of works. It kind of reminds me of like kind of some streets, and these are like car lights possibly. But yeah, that's about it. And that was like covered in. So yeah, I mean these pages are nice and thick, so I do like that. Little bit of highlights on there with a white pen there, Posca pen probably, and it was probably a Posca pen that did the rain as well. So yeah, I was definitely thinking of Wales probably, but yeah, that's all I've done for this. So yeah, and we have Jeanette here. Hi Jeanette, skidding in. Nice to see you skid in there. Nice one. Who else do we have here? Oh, we have Nicola. Hi, Nicola. Yeah, and she's been meaning to start it. Right, yeah, good idea to start a journal page. Really cool. Wish I was quite as prolific as some people. What's Jeanette been doing? Jeanette saying that it's no fail. Well, it's. I think this was about 6 years ago, maybe longer. It's got to be at least 6 years ago. What else? Summer is saying that she loves art journaling, but doesn't spend enough. Yeah, like me, I don't spend enough time. And Ellie's saying that you can't go wrong in art journaling. Probably not. But I think everybody is their own worst critic. You know, if you look back at your cards from bygone or anything you make from like last year or the year before, you kind of like at the time. If you think it was great, it's great. But then as the years progress and you progress as an artist and get better, you kind of like, was that good really? So I always like, the next thing is always the best thing. Oh, right, okay. And it looks like Tony is kind of relatively new to being here. Nice, and thank you for dropping in. Really appreciate that. Just looking on my YouTube page. Oh, so thank you. And she says I'm making some pretty cool things. So I hope I can do that tonight. Whereabouts are you from, Tony? Whereabouts are you? Yeah, so we've got Hazel here as well. So yeah, that's about it for as far as my journaling goes at the moment. hey, it's time to maybe if there's requests and want more people, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do some journaling. But tonight, what's all going on? My camera's going weird today. I must admit. Let's have a look. Let's see if we can improve this. Okay, high definition. Right. Okay. So yeah, I've decided tonight. Obviously, it's kind of like it's pretty cold outside, and it's kind of autumn is approaching. And last week I did Halloween-inspired cards. Oh, did I do a cards? Was it plural or a card? I think it was a card I made. So it was very much Halloween-inspired. I don't know whether because I'm doing other things as well. I'm videoing reels, which you can't see quite just yet, but you can. I might just show you a quick snippet of something I've been creating. So this is another little thing I've been creating. So there will be a video for this shortly or soon. So you will have to see that. I'm not going to show you too much of it because you'll have to watch the video. Yeah, but that's pretty cool. So I've been doing stuff like that. But today I am going to concentrate on a few things that I really like. So we got here. We've got hedgehogs. We've got the dies that go with that, obviously. And then we've also got this really cool autumn leaf stencil, and it's got a few of the masks for the big one and the next size down stencil. So I'm going to create a little something from this. Oh, Tony's in did you say boys? Boys? Is that boys? Idaho? Obviously Idaho. Boys. Is that how you pronounce it? Boys as in like the plural of boy? I presume it is. I'm guessing it must be, is it nice and hot in boys? I don't know. Never been. Where is it? I don't know where. I don't even know where Idaho is. Idaho. Is that near? That's not? I might as well just say anything. Is that near Utah, or is it left of Utah, right of Utah? I don't know. So I don't know. I don't. My USA geography is not that good. And Jeanette's saying that you should see. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Please do share your old art journals, Jeanette. I'd love to see what things you've been creating in those, especially the old ones. Yeah, be cool. Right. So today, let's have a start. So we've got these. We've got the stamps, which are really cool. I like hedgehogs. Obviously, we've got some leaves there, and we've got some cool sentiments. I just want to hibernate, sending hedgehogs, and feeling a bit prickly. I like that one. So we've got that. We've got the dies that you can cut them out with. We've got this nice, gorgeous stencil. So let's do some spraying, creating a background, and then we'll make a card with those. Thank you, Ellie. We do try and make things that work together where possible. So let's have some fun. If you've got the products, if you want to join in, please do. So we're going to start with the basic things, of course, is a plain piece of card for the background. Now, the first thing we want to do is we want to turn this into something that's not white. So I'm going to get a couple of inks here. These are sprays, but if you've got the ink pads themselves, then you can do the same thing by smurshing it and spritzing it that way. You can do it that way. But I'm just going to spray these, so I've got a few colours here. Again, if you don't have these exact colours, it's all good. It doesn't really matter. This is going to be for the background and the colour. So I've got fossilised amber, spice marmalade, and I've got mustard seed. So I'm going to have a spray with these three on this piece of white card, and then we'll kind of create something with that. So the first colour I'm going to use is, we're going to use fossilised amber, like this. I best move my things out of the way. I'm tempted to make a right mess when I'm spraying, so I'm being a bit on the cautious side and covering up things that I want covered in spray. Right, okay, so let's go. So we'll use this one first. Again, pretty random. I do like that colour though. A little bit of mustard seed. Again, I'm not waiting for these to dry. Ooh, bit of spiced marmalade as well. And just give a little bit of warmth here and there. I think that's nice. Okay, so start to let those colours run a little bit. You want to grab your heat tool and we'll just dry these off. So I'll read some of your comments whilst I'm drying this off. Let me just scroll across there. Oh, well done everybody. Idaho is in the northwest. Oh right, that's kind of like mountains and cold, isn't it? Northwest. Is that heading towards Canada? So, oh, Tony's saying it's raining in Idaho. Wow. Well, I presume it does rain everywhere at some point, so, or most places. So yeah, it's that time of the year. I suppose I presume there's lots of trees and forests in Idaho. I would say it's those colours are starting to look rather awesome. So just drying this off, and it's nice to just dab up a few of those excess blobs there that you maybe don't want. So this is a nice technique you can do. If I make batch making cards personally, then I'll probably do like half a dozen of these in one go, just to save time. So just take your time, dry it off a little bit more. And I'm just going to clean up after me because I'm trying to keep everything as clean as possible. Just move that out of the way. Okay. I know I should mop that up with another piece of card really, but when I'm doing lives, I tend not to do that. Okay. Right, let's bring this back in. So we've got the start of a background. I'm just seeing if it's dry enough. It looks pretty good. It's not too bad. A little bit more to dry there. What time is it in Boise? Is that, oh, it's got to be, is it afternoon then, is it? Or probably afternoon, it's got to be afternoon surely. So now we have this nice little background, and that's where we bring in our stencil. So this is a really nice stencil. Again, you can use it in one pass if you want to, but it is pretty cool. One thing I will say that I'm not going to demonstrate tonight because obviously I'm using one stamp set and I don't want to use more than one tonight, but this does come with a friend which is called Erica's Maple. Now I don't have that stamp set with me, so I can't show you that, but this is a stamp from Erica's Maple and it's designed so that it will fit this perfectly. So if I put this over here, you can see that the stamp is great too. If you wanted to, you could stamp this out and then put the stencil over the top and then colour it that way. Lots of different ways you can combine this, but you get the idea. But that's a lovely stamp that is. Yeah, and it's got a lot of I would say Erica's Maple wasn't. Let me just give you this. So a dear friend of ours called Erica, she sadly passed away, and this stamp set was dedicated to her because she's originally from Canada. So yes, absolutely adore this set. So that's the story behind that set. It's nice to have a story, isn't it? Okay, next thing we'll do is we shall just move this out of the way. I'm just reading your comments as they're flying by. Right, okay, so what I'm going to do first of all is I'm just going to get my stencil out and then decide on how we start here. So the first thing I want to do is, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to get the stencil and I'm going to use this large one first. Now what I'm going to get is some of my distress inks. So I've got a choice here. So we have fire brick, we also have a bit of spice marmalade, mustard seed. You can see these are very autumnal colours, fossilised amber, and one of my favourite colours, rusty hinge. Does anybody have a particular favourite colour of their own in terms of distress colours? What is their kind of number one colour? I'd love to know. I kind of like flip and flop between lots of different colours, so I tend not to have a particular favourite, but I like so many of them. Or maybe it's a combination. Maybe it's a combination of like one or two colours. I don't know. But I do absolutely adore these. Right, so I think I'm going to go in with possibly some mustard seed on this one here to start off with. Again, just grab your blending tool. Let me just move that in so you can see a little bit more. There we go, a little bit closer for you. So just grab on my blending tool and I'm just going to blend the colours through here. So this is a little bit of mustard seed. And again, being a little bit random, it's always kind of the best way to go, not too specific. So you'll see that when you pick that out, you've got this subtleness that's going on there. And I'm going to go through again, possibly with, let's look at I like this one, fired brick. So I think I'll use a bit of fired brick probably there. So I'm going to turn this stencil around. I'm going to use a little bit of fired brick there as well. Again, this colour is far brighter than the others, so it should stand out a lot especially against the colours, because we're trying to grab that kind of autumn leaves kind of falling down background, which is great. Again, you don't have to be too specific with this now as well. So there we start to get some lovely colours, and go back in then, grab a few more of these smaller leaves that you can see and maybe do them in one of the colours as well. Just grab them whilst you've got them there, and then we'll swap to a different colour. I think we're going to use this leaf here. Again, don't be frightened to go over the top if you want to. It's all good, because the more layers, the better it looks. So in this one, I think I'm going to get some rusty hinge. I kind of like that colour. It's different to the fire brick. I like that as well. So it's kind of a lot bit browner, but it still gives that warmth that you're after. So we'll go for one there as well. Again, there's no set rules as to the colours that you do use. It's entirely up to you. I think I'll use a little bit of spice marmalade on some here now as well. Again, and just keep on going back and forth with the different stencil, just overlaying these colours, just to create that sense of depth as well, which looks really cool. And we're starting to build up something here which looks very nice indeed. I do like that rusty hinge, love it. So just see what other colour I can use here. Oh, what other one do we have? There, I do like that rusty hinge. I'm going to do that one again. So I'm going to use that one there, which is, I'm just trying to remember what colours are which. Right. And we'll take a small one there. And all you do is just decide on where and what size your leaves are going to be, which ones go where. I know there's always a tough choice in terms of which colours you use. I can never decide sometimes. I'm going to look for another brown as well, so I'm just looking for a different brown. I don't know if find the brown one. You're after a brown. Where's my walnut stain? Excuse me, what's the... Oh, I've got gathered twigs there. That's the next one. Making a mess of that? Right, okay. I can't remember how dark, but gathered twigs is. Right, okay, let's have a look now. So I'm going to use gathered twigs a bit there as well. So I kind of overlap this a little bit as well. Yeah, I like that. Slightly darker one in the corner there. Again, you know, you don't, and just don't be afraid to turn your stencil around if you want to. Just to start getting that building those layers up that you're after. Again, you can go lighter and darker. And I like overlapping that as well, that's nice. So you start to get, and you can start to see whereabouts you want to go next with your next ink pad. I think I'm going to use this fine brick. This one here. And then maybe use a smaller fire brick elsewhere. Again, the more random you do it, the better it looks. I'm not being too fussy here. But you can start to see that it's kind of building up a look that you're after, and I'm trying to overlap those just a little bit. And this is where we start to get that real look that we're after. I think another one there would be nice. Again, don't be afraid to kind of go over the same thing twice if you want to. Even in a smaller, even with a smaller stencil, smaller, you know, cut that from the stencil. It's nice to kind of randomly go over the top. The more layers, the better. And to go off the page as well. Sometimes you can be, you know, subconsciously you can be too uniform with what you're doing, and that's what you don't want. I'm not afraid to kind of go back over with a totally different colour as well. So I think we'll use this is a spice marmalade, so I'll go over that with that one there. Again, we've just got layers and layers and layers. Just keep on going until you're happy. There we go, starting to look nice now. I love it when it when you carry on until you think that you're really happy with it. We'll do another brown one there. So I'm just reading. Okay, so favorite colors. Okay, so we have, oh, wow. Hiya, Louise. Louise is here as well. Faded denim, lumberjack plaid, and frayed burlap. Do you use them all together, Louise, or not? That'd be an interesting thing if you do combine them all in one go, or is it just you know, is it together or just individually? That's what I'd like to know. Favorite, Ellie's saying her favorite color is a salvage patina. Nice. Hazel's saying too many colors. Maxine loves mustard seed and gathered twigs, are all favorites. But she likes a combination of lemonade, peacock feathers, and pink raspberry. Okay, I'm going to remember that one. Lemonade, peacock feathers, and pink raspberry. Picked raspberry. Okay, sorry. Ooh. And Tom's saying lumberjack plaid, rusty hinge, and villainous potion. Whoa, that's very villainous, very kind of purpley. But do you know what colour is the lumberjack plaid? I'm kind of like, do you know, I've got so many colours and I don't have lumberjack plaid. Yeah, that's an interesting one. Is that a red? Is that a reddy colour? I'll have to have a look afterwards now. I've got so many colours, some repeats, which I've already promised somebody, which I haven't sent it yet. But also, yeah, why haven't I got that colour? Have I somehow missed this mystical colour? I don't know. Seems like seems like I've got to place an order now. He says. Although I may have to wait till my next. I may have to wait till payday. So I'm starting to like. See, I wanted that kind of autumnal look going on, and again, layers upon layers. I'm not frightened to just go back over the same thing twice with another one. It just adds to it, and I love that. Right, I think a little orange one there. It's just the hint that you're after, you know. Yeah, I think I'll stop. It's knowing when to stop is the thing as well. And I'm happy with the colours now, and I think I'm going to just one more there in a darker colour. I'm thinking, and then we'll stop. Right, okay. So I think we've got a kind of randomy pattern that looks and works well. So I quite like that. Now, the next thing we want to do is we'll put the lids back on these before I forget what colours they are. Always good to try and remember. Oh, Louise is saying lumberjack plaid is deep. It is a deep red. So is it deeper than the fine brick, or is it? Yeah, I'm just wondering what kind of colour that is. I must check it out. There's two people that said they like that colour. So is that a Christmassy colour? Do you think? Is that what it is? I don't know. All right, so we have this background. Now we want to kind of mottle that up a bit, so we'll just get some spray. Where is my bottle of spray? Good question, that. I've moved it. Let me just give me a second. I have moved my spray somewhere completely random. All right, here we go. So just a bit of spray bottle and spritz my fingers with water. We'll just get that nice and mottled look before we move on to the next part. Again, just give it a second. I'll read some more comments in the meantime. Ellie's saying yes, it's more blue red. Okay, all right. That sounds very interesting. I shall look it up now. So many people have said it's good, but I must admit the villainous with Tom saying the villainous potion. I will have to make a list of all my colours, because I don't want to repeat myself and get one that I've already got. So I must start to inventory my colours. Is that what everybody else does? I need to do that soon, because I do not want to repeat myself. So we have here obviously our background now, which is great. Thinking very autumnal. That's the way to go. Yeah, I like that. That's like loads of leaves. So what we're gonna do next is we're just gonna. I've got a piece of card which I'm going to use. That'll be I've already got a mat on there, so we're going to do something like that. But before we do that, we'll have a play with the hedgehogs. So I'll just move this slightly out of the way, and we shall bring in my stamping platform, and we'll have these hedgehogs. Created some hedgehogs, so move this out of the way. So my stamp set is this one here, which is, I absolutely love this. And again, I like the kind of like baby bull hedgehog there with his hands like this. I love that, really cool. So we're going to use that. I say we're going to use that. We are going to use that once I find my stamps. Now again, I don't know what you guys are like, but currently my my desk is an absolute mess. So I don't know about you. Oh, Do you like the t-shirt? I've probably worn this before. It's not a new one, but I kind of like this t-shirt. Don't know, and it's got a back on it as well. Don't know whether you can see monkeys on the back, monkeys on the front, and a monkey wearing it as well. There we go. Yeah. Oh, we have Olga here. Hi, Olga. Everyone's sneaking in while at work. Ooh, nice one. I like your style. I'm not going to tell. Who am I going to tell? Okay, so I'm going to get a couple of hedgehogs out, and I will stamp them out as well. So let's put them down here. Let me get a piece. Got to get a piece of card. Let's turn that round to there. We go. Okay, so let me just get a piece of card to put there. This is where today I was not as prepared as I thought I was. So I was working from home. Sometimes when you're doing other things, you think in your head you did something, but you didn't. So, okay, so I'm going to put one hedgehog there, one there. Must clean these. Must clean. You should always clean your stamps after you use them. Do as I say, not do as I do. Okay. So I'm just now with the colour of this. You could, if you want to, obviously use black. I mean, my colour of choice normally would be kind of VersaFine black. So you could do it that way if you wanted to. Entirely up to you. But I am going to use VersaFine Clair, which is acorn. It's a nice brown, but it's a great brown that I think it'll go well with hedgehogs. Now, here was a question that we were talking about yesterday. Now, I don't know if it's true or false. So only somebody possibly in Idaho or the USA could tell me, do you have hedgehogs in America, or is it porcupines instead? I don't know. I didn't know whether hedgehogs were only native to the UK, or are they? I don't even know whether in Europe. Everyone's like Googling now. I can see. I don't have anybody here or anybody Googling, so you'll have to Google yourself to find out. I don't know. I haven't even looked. So maybe you know that. Do you have hedgehogs in the USA? I don't know. Or anywhere else? Or are they just from the UK? In my head, they're only from the UK. But maybe I'm wrong. So, right, let's ink these up. This is the VersaFine Clair Acorn colour. Gorgeous, gorgeous brown. It's one of the browns that I use all the time. I haven't actually got the new VersaFine Clair colours yet. I don't know. Has anybody else yet? I don't know. I think it'd be nice to get the extra colours. So we're just going to ink this up. Louise is saying, clean your stamps, never clean mine. Right, okay. Unless they're using oxide. Yes, that's very true. And that's very true. Again, look how gorgeous that is. Absolutely stunning. I love these. Love them. Right, yeah. I clean my, like Louise was saying, I clean my stamps. When do I clean my stamps? Yes. I also clean them after I've got oxide ink on them. The reason being, and it's the only reason I clean them after I've got oxide on them, is because that if I'm putting them back in the packaging, the plastic sheet, the sheets that they sandwiched in between, it won't stick properly to them. It just kind of flops off and it doesn't stick. So that is the sole reason I do clean them straight after my oxides. Yeah, that's bad, isn't it? But then again, I do quite often clean my stamps when I'm just having a good sort out, or I found a stamp that I hadn't put away before. I will, like, you put a dirty stamp with a nice clean lot of stamps, and you want to have them all the same, so you try and clean them off as best you can. But they always say that if your stamp is ultra clean, you're not using it enough. So always have dirty stamps, and that's a nice way to... Oh, Olga's saying they're not native to us. Right, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. Oh, and Tom is saying she's with Lou. Right, okay, right. But I do, right, okay. And Jeanette's saying they have hedgehogs in the Nordic countries. That's interesting. Oh, it's very, very interesting. Yep. I may have to Google it later on to find out exactly where hedgehogs come from. So let me just get some clear embossing powder, and we'll just sprinkle that on here. So yeah, do you know, and I've also got a confession as well. Do you know, I've never ever, since I've been doing stuff on TV, I've never ever done die cutting live on air. Don't ask me why, I just haven't. I think it's because sometimes there's not enough space to do the die cutting because I have so much other crap on what I take down to the studio, and I have here. I don't allocate space to my die cutting machine, so normally I'll kind of do it off camera, or I'll have it already pre-cut. That's the only reason why you may never see me die cutting. It's not because I don't do it. I do die cut, but you don't see me die cutting. So it's a bit like, yeah, it's a bit like Peter Parker and Spider-Man. You never see them at the same time, but they, you know, yeah, I do die cut. So let me just heat emboss this now. So I've used clear embossing powder. We're just going to heat this up, and again, I love it when this brown and it being shiny as well. It looks absolutely amazing. Oh, and Ellie's saying that the new VersaFine colours are great. Okay, and are they kind of like filling all the gaps from the other colours? Because I did like the other colours, except, you know, you needed a certain colour and it wasn't there. So I'm just hoping that they did fill the kind of gaps with those colours there. Isn't that hedgehog gorgeous? So there. Absolutely stunning. And we've also got that lovely cute one there with his little hands there rolled into a ball. Could be a little baby hedgehog. So I like hedgehogs. That's really cool, love that. Okay, next thing we want to do is we're going to die cut them out, but we're not going to die cut them out because I've already said to you that I don't die cut live. So I've already already die cut my hedgehogs out just to save time. I mean, maybe I will do it live on air. Maybe it'll be a thing. I don't know. We'll see now. So that's my hedgehogs. And I also, from the same set, it comes in the set, we've got a nice pile of leaves, and it also comes with a few of the leaves as well. So, and the dies come with these as well. So we've got a few extra leaves going on there. Really cool. I like that. So the next thing we want to do is, what we're going to do is we're going to move this to one side, and we'll bring back our background, and you can see how things are starting to kind of make into something that's going to be useful and really cool. So we're going to leave that there just for a second. I might stick that down actually. So I think I'm going to do that way, or maybe I'll turn it that way. Sometimes it's just working out which way you're going to end up doing it, you know. In my head, I'm trying to place where I think subconsciously, so you never can tell which way. Right, it's going to go that way. Even though my card said that way, and I'm deciding to go the opposite way, that's fine. Right, we'll get. I'm going to take this down with my trusty tape gun, which is looking a bit shabby these days, but it's still good. So this is my 80G gun. Again, I don't know what everybody else uses. Maybe you use glue, but this is great. Great permanent, kind of sticking down things. Really, really cool. Love that. Use it all the time. So let me just place where I'm going to put this. So I'm just trying to get it on the mark. Right. It's pretty close, not too bad. So again, we've got a nice background there. It is a background, but it does become alive, and I think the black against that as well works well. Now we can have a play with these. Now colouring these in is pretty easy in terms of how you want to colour them in. You can always use, if you want to, you could use your alcohol pens, maybe watercolours, or just maybe just go in with your brushes, your blending brushes, and just give it some instant colour that way, which is what I'm going to do today. So what I am going to do is I'm just going to move a lot of crap off my chair, basically. Excuse my my words. So yeah, I'm going to move that out. And one of the things I've got on my chair as well, which I'm not going to do today. This is one I did a while ago. So I managed to find this in the box. So we're talking autumn, and this came out from another live that I must have done ages and ages ago. Again, nice little card there. That's a great stencil as well, by the way. I love that. I can't remember. Did I show you how to do the texture on that card? I may have done at some point. So let's have a look. Wake up. There we go. So yeah, that tree has got really cool kind of texture and vibe going on there. And that is actually a stencil. It's nice, really, really nice. I think it's called Branch Out, so I think I'm demonstrating that particular stencil on Monday, and the squirrel, but I'm not doing that today, so we'll just leave this out of the way. And it was only because I found it in the boxes of what I'm showing you. I'm not, put that away. Right, so we'll get back to this tonight. Okay, so I'm just reading. It's nice that you've got so many lovely people here tonight. I really, really thank each and every one of you. It's great that you're here. So again, we've got a nice background now. This is where we colour our lovely hedgehog, and then we kind of bring this card to life somehow. I'm just going to get my some more inks again, and my blending brushes. Now I'm not sure whether my blending brush is going to be fine enough, or might have to go in with something a bit more pointed. We'll see now. See how we get on. So I'm just going to get a few of the colours out. I'm just trying to think of what colour a hedgehog's going to be. Without Googling a hedgehog, I'm thinking they're going to be kind of brownish. So maybe I'm thinking rusty. Might be a bit of rusty hinge on there. So I'm just going to go in and see how we get on with that as a colour. Well, I think that works actually. That works quite well. Again, you don't have to be too fussy with this. I'm just using the point here just to give my hedgehog some colour. Again, be a bit more random with the colour, a little bit of darkness, a little bit of lightness there. The less single tone that you give your projects, the better, I think. So we're just going to do that as a colour for the hedgehog. I'm not sure whether hedgehogs have a little white part or pinkness or not. It's always difficult to tell what colour hedgehogs should or should not be. I'm just taking the brightness off the edge here. Of my card there. So yeah, I think that's kind of working. Might use a tiny bit of spice marmalade as well, so I might just use that for a little bit of warmth here and there. Just to warm up that brown a little bit, just a little bit. Okay, Now, I'm not sure what colour eyes hedgehogs have. It's a good question actually, but I may have to do mine blue. I might just leave it. We'll see now. Not being too right. So yeah, that kind of works, doesn't it? That's nice. I like that. Again, we can leave that like that, or we can maybe have that hedgehog down there. We'll see now. I need to do some leaves next. So I'm going to use a little bit of mustard seed as well on this one. So I'm going to get my blending brush out for this one. And because I've got the smaller leaves, I might do them all at the same time. So we'll go in with the mustard seed here first of all. Kind of blanket colour over the top. Very easy. Not being too specific here. And then we'll go back in with the spice marmalade and probably a little bit of rusty hinge as well. So a bit of spice marmalade there. This is the randomness now. So you just go in with those colours there. Basically what you want to do is you want it to kind of blend in a little bit with your background as well. So we're going to go back in there. What colour is this one here? Rusty hinge. So a little bit of rusty hinge on there as well. The same with this as well, and that one. TaylorMade journals. Love hedgehogs. Hiya, TaylorMade. A newbie. Hiya, newbie. It's nice to sorry, we've just created this background. Maybe you want to rewind it later on. If you're on Facebook, I don't know whether you can rewind it live, but I know because I'm on YouTube, I think you can rewind it live as well because I'm streaming to both at the same time. So yeah, nice to welcome to everybody who's come here. So yeah, it's great. We're having a bit of fun here, just doing some creating. Yeah, having a chat. We've been talking about hedgehogs, where they come from, people's favourite colours in terms of distress inks. We haven't talked about what people have had for dinner tonight, or maybe it's too early for some people to have had dinner. Anybody who knows me knows I love food. Trying to lose weight, not trying to. It's not working. Yeah, it's I do love my food, and that's one of the. That does not bode well with wanting to diet. They kind of like juxtapose each other, I think. So yeah. So I'm just going to have a bit of fun with these as in terms of colours. Let's not be too serious with this and not too over the top. Even if you want it a little bit darker on the bottom, see, this is a nice thing to do. So just darken that edge up. And the same with these leaves, one side darken up a little bit. Okay, so we have our leaves. We may want to go back in there with a hedgehog. I'm thinking possibly, let's have a look at this now. So I'm thinking possibly we're going to have the pile of leaves over the top of the hedgehog there. That would work as well. I may want to just darken that up. I've got to make a decision as to where I'm going to put my hedgehog. You could have him in the centre as well, but you know, central is boring with hedgehogs. I'm thinking I've got to think that they're a pile. We're going to leave space for a sentiment here. So I'm thinking of putting my hedgehog down here. We may have a few leaves blown around elsewhere, so we might do that. So what you're going to do is just commit yourself to deciding where you're going to put your hedgehog, and we'll place him down here, I think, glue him down. We're going to put these on here and we'll layer that up a little bit because I think that'll look nice. He's hiding behind the leaves. I'll get some glue now. Good point, Mo. Where did I put my glue? Right. So the glue I'm going to use is, if I can find it in my mess. never find my glue. Okay, I must. Do you know what? It's probably down here in one of my boxes because when I was away in Redditch, I probably took it with me. Yes, I did. Right. Okay. So I'm using some silicone glue, which is the pin player one, but I know there are other 3D glues going around. It's entirely up to you what you use. You could use foam pads if you want to. It's entirely up to you. I like the glue because you can wiggle things around with it and move it around. It's, you know, it takes about half an hour to dry, maybe a bit longer, but it allows you to move things around as and when you please. Whereas sometimes foam pads, they're a bit more kind of stuck it down and that's it. It's hard, sometimes hard to get them back off again. And if you can get them off, sometimes it peels off the colour underneath. So once I put my glue down, here we go on here. We'll have this. Now, it's always deciding as to where you decide to go in the end. So move this here. Now I'm thinking, see, I'm not scared of this space. I mean, obviously, you know, when you're creating cards, you're automatically, normally you would think about, oh, right, it's got to go in the center, sentiment underneath, etc. But by placing that down there, you kind of like, it leaves this all open. Literally, it leaves this open, which I kind of quite like, because you've created it and you want it to actually stand out just a little bit. So we've got that there. Again, let's have a look at these leaves again. And this is where you can add your highlights, add whatever you want to afterwards underneath. It's entirely up to you. Do you know what? And I'm kind of happy with that kind of just on top of there. The thing is, what you can, yeah, I think that's nice. One, you don't need an awful lot with this. So I'm just well. Okay, hiya Rox, nice to see you. She had chicken breast wrapped with I can't even pronounce it, prosciutto, and a salad for dinner. That sounds nice. Louise had chicken and mushroom risotto. That's too much work, Louise. Do you know what? With all that, I'd eat too much. There's too much cooking going on. Oh, Taylor Made is in Canada. Hi, Canadian newbie. I've never been to Canada, but I'd love to go. I think it's on my list of places I want to go. It's there's so many beautiful series, TV shows that I watched that are filmed there. Oh, it would be a dream to go to Canada. I'm not sure whereabouts in Canada you're from. Please do tell. Right, so we've got our leaves again. We're going to lay this up over the top there. We don't want it underneath. We're going to have him kind of hiding. I think they do that, hedgehogs. Do we have hedgehogs in Canada? Is that a thing? Or maybe not. So we have our hedgehog there. We've got our leaves going on there. Do you know what? Every time you want to wiggle that up just a touch, just to see where you want to go. There we go. Now, what I want to do is we're just going to add to that because we want to add a little bit of shadow because we've got a sentiment to go on there as well. So we're going to add some shadow. Sometimes you don't want this bottom half kind of like merging into that. You want that to stand out a little bit. So I'm just going to get some black soot. And I'm going to get a brush, a small brush. That one's way too small. Okay, right. Okay. So I've got myself a small flat brush, cleanish. And what we'll do is we'll find I need to find a darker brown. I might use black, but if not, I'll have to use a very dark colour. I've got so many colours, I need to label them all up because I can't see them sometimes. Oh, there. If there's a colour that you could use, that's the colour I want. Vintage photo. This is the oxide one, but for all intents and purposes, this would be great for this. I'm sure it will, he says. Should I test it first? I think I should. Right. Maybe I'll just right. A bit of vintage photo there. There's a bit of water. Okay, let's see how dark that is. Maybe not dark enough, he says. Oh, it might be right. We'll see now. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. So I'm getting my brush, load that up with some of that, and we're just gonna, yeah, we can make that work. A bit more water. And what we're gonna do, first thing first, is we'll wet the underside of the card there. Now by wetting the underside just a little bit, when any ink hits it, it will kind of spread out just a touch. So I'm going to go back in there and just going to darken that area. This is the fun part. Right, I'm just reading where TaylorMade Journals lives. I live in Western Canada in Alberta near Edmonton. Oh, winter is very cold. -20 to -50. Ooh, that sounds very cold indeed. How do people manage? Do they kind of like, you know? Well, it must be hard, you know. The heating bill must be terrible. It must be very cold. Do you have like a log fire? That'd be nice. I could do with a nice log fire. That'd be nice. Very nice. Okay, so again, I'm just going in with this as a vintage photo. It's kind of dark colour, but this is kind of just adding that fake shadow thing going on there. Just pulling that kind of across and down. You don't need an awful lot, really, to be honest with you. Just really kind of adds that grounding that you're after. Again, nothing too. Now you can see how just a slight addition there gives it the kind of grounding that you're after as well. So I like that. And again, if you want to just bring that colour in a little bit to the rest of it, you can, just on certain parts, just to merge those up together. That looks great as well. Okay, so I think that part's done. Next we need a sentiment. Let me just clear this out of the way for you so you can see what I'm doing and I can see what I'm doing. Thanks, Rox. Maxine saying she had a barbecue tofu baguette. That does not sound nice. I'm sorry, Maxine. I'm not sure. I don't even know what tofu is. Is that kind of? I don't know what it is. I honestly don't think I've ever had tofu before. And because I haven't had, and I like food, so maybe it's something I will like. I don't know, but maybe I haven't had it because I don't like it. I don't know. I can't say I've ever had tofu, but that could be. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm forgetting that I did and I didn't like it because I don't remember ever having it or buying it myself. So there could be a reason for that, or there's a reason I don't know. But the rest of it sounds really good. Is it? Are you like what's tofu? Is that vegetarian? I don't know. We're not quite finished here. We do need a sentiment. It's great on its own, but we need to finish this card off with a nice little sentiment. Do you know what? It's typical. We always end up talking about food, and I'm the worst. I'm the instigator for this. I'm sure it's possible that I've lost some weight. I'm not sure. I will have to check. But if that is the case, then that'd be great if I have. Chances are I haven't. Right, so we do sentiments, right, so we've got this gorgeous card now. We need a little bit of a sentiment for it, and I have already stamped out a couple of sentiments, so I'm gonna I stamped this onto black card, using Versamark and then white embossing powder, just so they stand out against the black. And because we've got the black and the white there, that will kind of work together. So I'm not sure what I'm going to put. I think I might just put sending feeling a bit prickly. If I put feeling a bit prickly, I could put sending hedgehogs on the inside. I think that might be an idea. Okay, right. I shall cut these out because I can. This part I haven't actually prepped. If I had prepped it, I wouldn't be cutting them out now. So I should do that now. Just find my knife. I've got my knife and my ruler. Okay. So let me just cut these out again. I normally cut them out in advance just because if I slip, then it won't be good. Right, and so we'll cut this out. I do like, you know, the black backgrounds on sentiments. It's something I've been doing for a while. I do like it. It does make your project stand out. It's also a bad habit as well. I must get out. Some of the habits I do have are bad, so I must get out of it. I do go through phases, so I'll just cut these out. Of course you can use a trimmer if you want to, but sometimes a trimmer just isn't going to cut it for the way I've stamped these out. Oops. Must hold this down. Right. Chop that bit off. And we'll just cut these out now. So, right, okay, I'm reading the comments there. Right, okay. So it is vegetarian then? That's vegetarian. I'm just reading these comments. No hedge. Right, okay. No hedgehogs in Canada. That's cool. Or not. Do you get those, what do you call them? Porcupines instead. Do you get those? Is that a Canada thing? Canada thing? Canadian, I should say. Listen to my English. Awful. And Olga's saying it's made from soybean, so it's vegetarian. Ah, right, okay. It's not right, okay. Oh, vegan. What is so? Do vegans eat fish then, or not? I don't know. I don't know. I eat everything, or most things. So I don't know. Okay, so we've got these here. Smoked tofu in a stew. It's scrummy. So I might say, right, let's have this one here, feeling a bit prickly. And I'm going to chop them into 2 pieces now, so double the sentiments, double the value. Right, okay, so it just allows me to place it elsewhere on the same card. Okay. Right, feeling a bit prickly, and I'm going to chop a little bit black off there. How does everybody measure things? Is it a case of that some people are very specific on how you measure things, or do you do things by eye and just like go for it? When I'm measuring like cards themselves, I measure them for exact sizes, but the mats that go inside the cards, they're not measured at all. I just kind of put the card down, and then I mark it and I cut it. And that's how it works. I don't measure the inner parts. I measure only the outside of the card because I do it to a certain size, but I don't measure anything else, if that makes sense. So we can have, we've got feeling a bit prickly, possibly, I'm thinking like maybe an angle. We'll think about the angles now. And then we'll have something on it quickly on the inside there as well. So feeling a bit prickly, and we'll have possibly sending hedgehogs on the inside. So let me just cut that up as well. That'd be nice. I know I'm conscious of the time, so I try only to run this to to around an hour, and we're kind of just around about past that hour, so I am conscious of that, and I will make sure I kind of hurry up. Oh, I threw that one away. That's on the floor now, so I have to go and find that. Right, I'll just chop this bit off here. Right, so we've got sentiment here for the inside, and well, one half of it anyway. And that's the other half. So we've got send in hedge hugs. Right, okay. So, and do you know what I should do as well is, let me just get that. See, that's not going to go to waste. I'm going to use this one as well. So let's put this here. We'll put that there, and we'll quickly just colour that as well. So let me just get some colour. So a little bit of rusty hinge. Again, not being too fussy with that colour. Again, if you wanted to use, you know, your alcohol pens, you can do that as well. That's great. Entirely up to you. And you know, sometimes you want to maybe sometimes keep that white border. Another thing that you can do as well. So I'm liking this now. So you can be darker on parts if you want to, but I think that kind of works as a hedgehog. Okay. So I like that there. So we've got feeling a bit prickly there. I'm going to just stick those two sentiments down. Again, I like that kind of quirkiness there. That kind of works. Again, it's a different kind of, you know, get well card for somebody who's not well. I know my brother-in-law Mark. He's not very well at the moment. He's just had an operation. So yeah, get well, Mark. Yeah, and it's one of those operations where you're awake. So yeah, you know, he's got. I know it must be really hard for people who. I'm not sure how I'd handle being awake on operations and things. He's probably doing a lot better than I would be. But I'm a big baby, I must admit. All right, okay, so Taylor's family is from Australia. Wow. Go Rocks. Oh, and Rox is saying she measures by eye as well. Apart from the card base, which that's good call. Yeah, I like that. So I'm just kind of working out exactly where things are going to go. Again, not, you know, you don't, sometimes I don't like the rigidity of like, it's got to be up there and it's got to be there and it's got to be totally horizontal or vertical. So that kind of works. Again, it's not symmetrical, but it is. There's a certain balance to things sometimes. Now a little bit of ground in there just works. I think it really does just work. You know, if you wanted to, you could highlight that a little bit more if you wanted to. But I think it's enough. I may colour in the eye at some point when I work out what colour a hedgehog's eye should be. So the inside, what we're going to do on the inside. So let's just get this open. We'll just prop this open here. Okay, so the easiest way to do this is, I should get a mat for this, but I'm not going to today for the sake of this project. I'm just going to go straight in there. Normally you'd put a little white insert in, but I think I'm going to just put that hedgehog there. Get some glue. Thank you, Maxine. Yeah, the sentiment does, doesn't it? It's, you know, it's surprising how sometimes that will actually work. You know, it's quite often I don't even remember the last time I did a sentiment with a white, you know, black on white. I don't remember the last time I did that personally. So we're just going to get that, and we're going to put that there. I kind of quite like him there like that. Again, you can have like 2 or 3. That'd be really cute and cool as well, huddled together. And we're going to put this one underneath because the balance of the 10 from the outside, that's on top, and then the sending hedgehogs will go inside underneath. That will work as well. So just get some glue. Again, this is card making at its simplest, if that's an actual thing. But really cool, I think. So we're just going to stick that down. So sending, and again, similar fashion there. Just a little bit off there. We'll sort that out. We'll wiggle that around now, just to get it right. Again, if you want to use more permanent glue straight off, you can. I'm just concerned for time, so if I stuck this down wrong, I can wiggle this around and get it right afterwards. So just offset that just a touch. Just put that down there, and again, you can wiggle that around and play around with it as much as you want. It's all about balance and how things work, you know. Now, I might be tempted to get a brush out and just do a little bit more. I'll be able to pick up a little bit of ink here. Just a little touch here. So just get my brush out. And I've still got a little bit of colour on there. We will just want to add some ground in there. You can do as well. Less colour, I think. Right, okay. More wash. Less colour. Right, okay, so let's go back on this here now. Straighten that out a touch. Again, it doesn't have to be the same colour, but you get the idea. A little bit darker there. I'm just making sure my head's not in the way so you can see what I'm doing. Just creating a bit of faux shadow in there. Okay. Now I might just see if you can do that. It's just wiggle those around a touch there. They're good. Okay. So so again, we've got outside there. We've got our our background that we created earlier on, which is cool. I like that. Again, you're never going to do the same thing twice with that background. They're always going to look totally different. I like that. We then obviously stamped our hedgehog. We've got them cut out. We've got a little bit of ground in there. We stuck them down with some silicone glue. Sentiments, again, they're just being stamped onto black card with a white background, which ties in with the white and the black matte. So that kind of works there. And then on the inside there, again, feeling a bit prickly. It's great for, you know, a totally different card for sending hedgehogs on the inside. So really, really nice, simple. So that's probably about it for tonight. So again, thank you everybody. It's been great. I do appreciate everybody who's watching. I will read all of those comments later on, talking about food. I'm not going to eat any more tonight. I promise myself I'm not going to eat any more. I don't think I've got anything else left to eat, although I probably could eat an ice cream, but I won't. I'm trying to lose a little bit of weight here. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that. I will post photographs of it so you'll be able to see it in the Facebook group. If you're not a member of the Facebook group, please do visit the Visible Image, the group. We also have Instagram, and obviously if you're signed up to the YouTube channel, great, because we do the same thing every week on a 7 p.m. currently. Unless I was on holiday. I haven't been on holiday yet, so yeah, have a nice evening everyone, and yeah, we'll see you soon, and take care, and I'll see you this same time next week. Thanks for watching.